And as you may know, I am a proud product of public education. Many of you know that my first grade teacher, Mrs. Frances Wilson, God rest her soul, taught me and educated me and encouraged me and inspired me. And years later, when I walked across the stage to receive my law school diploma, Mrs. Frances Wilson was in the audience. Yeah. Yeah. And that's who you are. I know who you are. I know who you are. This work is personal, and it is professional, and it is so critically important.
Vice President Kamala Harris got personal while speaking to the 88th Annual Convention of the American Federation of Teachers last week. Getting the backing from these kinds of unions is critical to a successful White House run, and the Vice President made sure that the American Federation of Teachers knew how thankful she was for their support after President Biden stepped aside and endorsed her.
It is you who have taken on the most noble of work, which is to concern yourself with the well-being of the children of America, and I thank you for that. I thank you for that. And I thank you also for your support over the years and for being the first union to endorse me this week.
Joining us now is Randi Weingarten, the president of the American Federation of Teachers. Randi, great to see you. Thank you for being with us. The stakes for educators are substantially higher than they were 4 years ago, 8 years ago. It's only actually become harder, not just from a wage and earning perspective, but just the way you all do your jobs and the battlefront that you're all on now.
Well, first off, Ali, thank you for having me on. And, you know, I think what's happened is that the GOP, for reasons that I don't understand, because lots of Republicans have kids in school and love their local schools, but they have decided to make target practice with public education and with teachers and their unions. And they've done it for a long time, but the difference between then and now is that the culture wars have just made it much, much harder to teach at the very same time as our kids need the kind of well-being, much more of the well-being that we would provide in addition to the academics. You know, between social media, between the effects of COVID, we have a huge job to do. We should get paid more, but we're used to not getting paid enough, or, you know, but the issue of banning books, not letting people teach honest history, making these laws so vague that the vagueness is the purpose, all of this has made things much, much, much harder. And I think what the Vice President did there in that short moment that you replayed is that she got to the heart of teachers.
Yep. Teachers
teach because they want to make a difference in kids' lives. And then she also lifted up, because we're the second largest nurse union and a large professional public employee union, she lifted up all the work that we do to make people's lives better.
Let's talk about not just the endorsements now, but we're in a selection process for a vice president. For your particular union, there are two issues in looking for a vice president. Someone who either has a history of or an affinity for labor unions, because there's a real moment right now for labor unions, one that we haven't seen for a long time, and then someone who's got a history of or affinity for good public education policy.
Right.
Where does that put you on what should happen?
So I'm glad you raised both of them, because both, and you listen to the vice president speak, you know, you listen to Kamala speak, but I prefer calling her the vice president because I think we should be respectful of her.
Yep.
You listen to the, you know, the anchoring that she does about opportunity. What creates opportunity? The labor movement economically, the public education. So those two things are our anchors, they're our foundation stones. So what we're trying to do is just hope that, we've had conversations with the campaign, we've had conversations with her staff, we've talked about the different candidates that, that have been mentioned, and they all have positives, and, and she has embarrassment of riches. So we, hopefully she will pick somebody who is in simpatico with her, and she has said she wants to pick a governing partner. And what you see in the country is that the Democrats have a very deep bench. And so she'll pick a governing partner and somebody she has chemistry with. Last thing I'll say is this. Of all the people, she knows what it means to be a vice president.
Right.
So she's going to pick somebody who she can govern with, just like you see the simpatico between President Biden and her right now.
Let's talk about the process. You were fast out the gate to endorse Kamala Harris, and part of that was you'd already had an endorsement of President Biden. Why have we got some unions where this is still an issue? In fact, the Teamsters, for instance, they've started a voting process, and I fully understand they want input from their members. It's going to take a month. Talk to me about the differences in process here.
Well, look, unions are not monoliths, and all of us have different processes. I think the reason that it was easier for us to move quickly is we were having our big governing convention. And if you don't move quickly during your governing convention, then shame on you. We had the members there. We had delegates from all across the country. And the difference was when we've been obviously talking about this for weeks now, and in the aftermath of the president's debate. Let me just say this. President Biden has been a great president. And what he did by saying he's not going to run again was one of the most patriotic things that anyone could do in terms of saying that we need to save our democracy. And then you have Kamala Harris saying, and we need to create the freedoms that people need, and we need to create opportunity for all. So you have this clear contrast between a Donald Trump who still doesn't abide by the 2020 election and a President Biden who says this is what's best for the country. So each union has a different process. What I think was shocking was how fast we all did it, because we understand there's 99 days or 97 days right now, and we have to get in it to win it. We have to talk to our members. We have to talk to communities. That's how this election is going to be won or lost. We have 450,000 members in the battleground states, and our members are trusted by communities. So we need to be talking to people about hope versus fear and real policy that connects to their lives improving.
Randi, as you know, I'm also a product of public education, and we are always grateful to you and your colleagues who have withstood the withering criticism and attacks that you've had over the last 4 years. But you will prevail, and we'll all prevail together. Thank you, my friend, Randi Weingarten.
From your mouth to God's ears.
We'll do it. Randi Weingarten is the president of the American Federation of Teachers, and we'll be right back.